Now it's coming to the time of year now where we have warmer nights and sunnier days ahead, but for many people this can be a trigger for certain allergies and hay fever. Today I'd like to welcome onto the show. We have athlete Sportsman Colin Jackson, and we're also joined by pharmacist Philip. Glad to have you company on today's show, gents.
Hello.
Hi, how are we doing?
Oh, very well indeed. And like you mentioned, this is a little bit of an anxious time of the year for us.
Yes. Well, first, I'm glad you're doing well at this time of the year with everything going on. But as we are talking today about this research which has been out about certain allergies, and some people aren't taking this seriously enough. So over to you now. Can you just tell me a little bit more about this research, what is found, and so on?
Well, do you know, it's really been interesting because you mentioned it that people don't take it seriously. And yes, we, as a sufferer of any allergy in that sense, when you tend to complain about it, people just want to literally just dismiss you. So it's about 67% of people who suffer from allergies say that people need to show us a little bit of love, show a little bit more sympathy for that. But you know, also 1 in 3 adults here in the United Kingdom do suffer from an allergy, and many of us do not know they're truly suffering from that. So when you think about the pulling the whole story together, you understand why I've collaborated with Clarify to make them and us be more aware, you know, of what is out there and the reasons why we need to get our tests done so we can understand what allergies truly are all about.
We're just going to touch on a few allergies shortly. Can I politely just ask how kind of allergies have affected your life and your career over time?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, many people will know me as an athlete, yes, and you know, being quite successful in the world of athletics. But athletics was my second sport. Cricket was my first love, but unfortunately, when you suffer from hay fever of both tree and grass pollen, a cricket pitch is not the best place for you to be hanging out. Yeah. Let's be honest. And back in the days when I was playing cricket, I'd say treatment for certain allergies, hay fever, etc., was quite crude. So it would be something that would potentially make me feel a little bit more sleepy, lethargic, if I had a little bit of an antihistamine, and that just doesn't work for the sport.
Yeah.
So I decided that enough's enough, and I've got to move to a sport where I feel I'm not so caught up in the environment, put it that way. Yeah. And so I switched to athletics.
Oh well, you've done wonderful for yourself. You did mention antihistamines there, and do they come hand in hand? So they do make you sleepy, but they if you kind of have sleeping problems and hay fever, is that not necessarily a bad thing, is it?
Well, the problem you would do if you certainly feel a little bit sleepy in that sense, you may sometimes be unaware of what's going on around you in that circumstances, and you may forget things, you know, because you just feel a little bit of drowsiness. So, I mean, for me, again, one of the most important things as a hay fever sufferer is that I cover my pillows when I get up in the morning. So, if I'm opening my windows, my pillows where I fall asleep on are covered. Because if you leave your window open, pollen will drift in and it will rest potentially on your pillows. Then what's going to happen? You're going to spend 8 hours laying your head literally in something that is going to cause you the biggest irritation of your life. So you've got to start to be a little bit wise as well in how you treat yourself in that circumstance.
And hay fever, what do some of the common symptoms include?
Well, for me, it was eye itching, very scratchy eyes, runny nose. I had also tickly throat, and sometimes severely, sometimes I'd feel like my throat was properly getting a little bit tighter in that sense. But for me, the most irritating one was definitely the itchy eyes, because I literally wanted to pull my eyes out and rinse them under a tap. It was that painful in that sense. Yeah. And the worst thing is, you know, the cause of them. You know it's because of this hay fever. You know this is the reason why, and it just seems like nothing is making it go away, and it's your body reacting to your body.
Yeah, thank you very much for filling us in for that. And I believe we're joined by, is it Philip, the pharmacist here?
Yes.
I just want to, hello there. Sorry, welcome to the show. I just want to ask, 84% of allergy sufferers who took part in this survey had tried a remedy that hasn't worked. Are there any other over-the-counter remedies which you can advise on other than the usual antihistamines?
No way. I'm a Danish-based pharmacist, and of course not practicing in UK. But what you'll see is the pattern we have uncovered here is not uncommon to the UK. So allergy sufferers' most used doctor is Dr. Google, where the journey often starts and unfortunately also often ends. So that means you cycle around in a closely knit circle where you do a self-treatment, and my best advice is to get tested and understand your allergies, and to get a proper diagnosis, which you can get by consulting your pharmacist and your GP and taking that next step in your allergy journey. And way too many people, they fatigue and strain early on in their journey, where they believe that the diagnosis from Dr. Google and their own self-designed treatment regimen is the only thing that can help them. And they might be able to live with allergies, but they don't live fully. And there's a lot of potential that, and that's the reason why we started Clarify, is to unleash that potential, because it can be done. Yeah.
I think one of the clear factors of the home test in itself is that we are capable of letting people know if they have problems with these particular products or substances, because we can test 294 allergies during this home kit that can be provided by Clarify in that sense. So I think those are the things that we need to get people to understand, that you need to find out what you're allergic to, and then treatment can be set out in a sensible manner that will help you along the way. So the key thing for me is to get on the website, which is uk.clarify.me, get as much information as you possibly can, order a test for yourself, and then you can get a clear distinction of where you're at.
Thank you very much for that one. And finally, in your own personal opinion, do you think there should be more funding on this talking point on allergies?
100%. Because I think if there was more money thrown at it, we would get, clinical practitioners who were highly skilled at it. That would be their real focus. And when people are specialists at it, you feel like you're with ease with people who know exactly what you're going through. And the only way we can help our funding is by getting more money towards it, and then the funding will get the right clinicians on board.
Well, thank you very much we had Philip, pharmacist as well, and Colin Jackson joining me on today's show. It's been wonderful having you on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.